What's the difference between mediation and collaborative?
That's a
Because
great question.
mediation, you're in the same room, you've got a mediator, you don't have the mental health professional, you don't have the financial professional. The lawyers are the two doing it. In mediation, though, you have like people go to their corners and they start out with these
Yeah.
ridiculous demands or offers, and the goal, I guess, there is to try to keep whittling to the middle and until somebody gives up enough and the other person gives up enough, and then it's hopefully settles. But in collaborative, that's called position based bargaining. There's no real bargaining in collaborative. It's goal setting. So what we do is we put up a whiteboard or we put these oversized post-it notes up on the wall, and we go, okay, to the wife, what are your goals? What do you want to see out of here, out of this case? And same thing to the husband. And she might say, I want to protect the children from the damage of the divorce. I'd like to make sure the kids, we start a college fund for them. I'd like to stay in the house maybe at least for a period of time until we can transition out. I do need enough support, to get along. And then the amazing thing that happens is typically in a collaborative case, the husband will then say, well, I want to protect the children from the divorce process. I want to make sure we start a college plan. I want to make sure that I provide enough so they have what they need. And
Right.
then all of a sudden you're looking like, wow, all these goals, like they're the same.
Exactly. Yeah. The
So
same.
it's not fighting at all. It's like, wow, it can be amazing.
Wow. That's very, very cool. And so you have to be trained specifically for collaborative law, right? Oh gosh.
You do. There's a training process, and it can be done over a weekend kind of thing. I don't know what the statistics are. Do you, A.J., on the number of collaboratively trained attorneys in Florida?
Not the percentage of attorneys, although I know it is not a very high percentage, but I know it's growing because it's getting more and more popular. And the Florida Supreme Court has mandated that attorneys have to provide this as an option. And so, of course, if you're going to provide that as an option and you're not collaboratively trained, you don't want that business leaving, potential business leaving the door. So, so a lot of, I think, family law attorneys are starting to look at the collaborative process.
But you don't. I know you guys do have to give a list of other attorneys, but I, of course, want to say that both Tom, and A.Jay of the Marks Law Firm are both collaboratively law trained. So,
as is Rania.
What happened?
As is Rania.
Rania, exactly. So, guys,
we love working with her.
First off, this sounds like a dream, just a dream within any sort of scope of having to go through a sticky situation. And based off of having this conversation with you guys are definitely, the process and the benefits and how to guide somebody truly through the process, which I always give Rania complete accolades for, because she just has such a heart towards her clients, and she uses herself as their voice piece. Oftentimes we get kind of moused into our own feelings and our own head. Having somebody else to speak on your behalf and communicate what it is that you're trying to communicate, but just don't quite know how to communicate, to have the three of you within that process, I think is really, really awesome. And I really appreciate you guys giving us more insight.